Boom. Good show.
Yes.
I
What
like
should we
your
call it?
drawing.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, I was like, oh, Jenny's gonna do one.
Not
That was
today,
awesome.
man. Today was
I
not a
love that you had
drawing
a
day.
drawing.
Thank you.
Um,
Text Jeb, this is for you.
This podcast is part of the Frog Pants Studios Network. For more information about this and other shows, visit frogpants.com. Audio program so good, it's like you're there.
What should we call this show?
the Oxen of the Cloud.
Ooh. Hmm.
It's so poetic.
It is.
think
That's
we
why I
have
like
to.
it.
Yeah, I love it. That's it.
Huh. I haven't even seen the other ones, but yeah, I do. Although for some reason I hear it and I'm just like reminded of Oregon Trail.
Yeah,
then-
that's why I like it.
Oh yeah, totally. Me too.
Yeah. And then like dysentery comes to mind. That is a game that popularized dysentery. You know that, right?
Yeah. Dysentery was never as popular as it was before Oregon Trail.
Before that, people just suffered with.
I was a big dysentery fan before Oregon Trail.
Oh, you hipster.
He had all the cool illnesses.
Yeah.
He had the consumption.
Now I wish crypto book becomes a thing.
Crypto book?
Well, here's the thing, right? There are distributed, decentralized social networks that are based on strong cryptography, but they're so tinfoil hat esoteric that no one uses them. It's just a matter of time before someone decides to develop an app that they can find a way to put advertising in and make this a thing.
Yeah.
Because money, because marketing.
Disruption.
Yes.
I don't even know what that's from.
It's fun to be living in this time where you can see, like, governments having little tattle tantrums like they're children who just don't understand the way the world works.
Oh yeah, that's been going on for years. The question is, though, because sometimes what happens is the powers, whether they're governments or corporations, change the game.
Well, let's just make it illegal to use math.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the math one. I think that just, that's a bit of a losing battle. But there are other things.
Well, yes, we'll just make all encryption illegal, and then when we do catch those human traffickers and their phones are, damn it, their phones will be encrypted, won't they? Yeah, I guess they will.
Oh, crap, really? But it's illegal.
So hang
Why
on.
are the criminals following the law?
Going to a lighter subject, Dr. Dre, he's back to being Dr. Dre, because I keep hearing Beats by Dre
Beats by
and
Dre
everything's
was always
Dre,
just the name of the product. That was never his name.
Because Seb and I were having this discussion as we were listening to all of the classics in LA, and it just seemed like I thought that maybe he lost his degree in doctorology.
His degree in rapology.
Yeah.
No, he's always been. Well, I think he started going by just Dre, but you're asking the wrong person on the intricacies of the history. But he's still Dr. Dre.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good. That's good because whatever ailment you got a doctor there for you.
Did you see Straight Outta Compton?
No, I did not.
So
I would really like it.
Did I see it?
So good.
Okay.
And maybe part of it is tied up in the fact that I was a freshman in college when NWA hit, and I remember listening to Eazy-E first, and I would go down to Tim and Ismet's room. This is like how burned it is. Like I never kept touch with these guys, but Tim and Ismet had all the NWA Eazy-E cassettes, so I would dub my cassettes from them and go listening, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, nobody's doing...
You didn't just torrent the cassette?
Yeah, you couldn't torrent back then. The internet existed at the University of Illinois, but I had to go down to the computer lab to use it.
You had to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I could use Gopher or Archie.
Okay. Yeah, see, I was late to the party and only actually discovered it Hack Across America the first time. I did 5,000 miles across the U.S. on motorcycle over 6 weeks, and that was like a mainstay. So It means a lot to me now because like I
yeah.
hear certain songs and I think about like crossing the Gateway Arch into Missouri and things of that nature.
Well, then you're definitely going to like this movie because to me it was like, wow, just telling the story in, I mean, it's a movie, it's not a documentary,
Sure.
but giving you an idea of like what their lives were like as these things were happening. I don't know. I found it really good.
Nice. Oh man.
Easy.
I need to meet up with Peter Wells in Australia.
When are you going to team up with Peter Wells in Australia?
I just need to. I'm going to be there in May. So.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
You can be his guest.
Say again?
You can be his guest on.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I need to.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you guys are doing guests on the Sunday program.
Yeah, he is.
You have to wake up at.
He's in charge.
Sleepy o'clock. But anyway.
Yeah, he's doing guests.
Oh man, both Rogers. I'm not sure which Roger I like better.
Roger.
So many Rogers. One really has an itch.
I'm itching for some Roger.
Solve all the math.
Roger, what you have to do now is actually here. Am I doing the Roger or am I backwards?
Well, you're complimentary. You're facing.
Yeah, you're bookending Roger.
You got to do the Roger.
Well, now Roger is bookending himself.
Yeah.
It's a match set.
It's just a weird day for Chrome and Hangouts.
I blame caching.
I blame walnuts.
Doesn't Google have enough cache?
Cashews.
I know. I was making a joke.
No, Apple has all the cache.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, everybody should, I would say, go see Pironage, but I guess I just realized as I was saying that it's not out yet. But I still think they have a few more premieres going.
Oh, wait, you can't.
So here's the funny thing is, like, they're having, like, real problems in that this is a web series. If you've never heard of Pironage, it's a mockumentary about the life of a pro gamer in Canada who's hilarious. And it went on for, I mean, it's been over 10 years, but it started in, like, 2004. And, like, we're talking mega numbers for a podcast, like millions of viewers. They would sell out, like, whenever they would do an episode release, it would be, like, every couple of months, and they would just, like, sell out the Bloor Street Theater in Toronto with, like, a line around the block to get in just to see this episode. And they did, 2 seasons of that. They did a web series, or they took the web series to real television, and then now they just did a Indiegogo movie. But the problem that they're facing is since they were born in an era before social media, they don't have that push connection to their fans, and they have to like hire skywriters over cities or some way to like the word out that like, hey, there's a movie now. Remember that series you liked? It's back. There's a movie.
Skywriters. That's awesome.
Yeah. Like MySpace was the thing when they were, in their heyday. So.
The owner of MySpace just got sold.
Oh no! Wait, Justin Timberlake sold it?
No, it wasn't Timberlake. He's still part of Viant. They got sold to who? Viant was the company that owned them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who was it that bought MySpace?
Well, Apple's got a bunch of cash. They should just buy them.
Now, see, I shouldn't have said anything without knowing what the hell I'm talking about.
That's funny. I was looking
Time
up
Inc.
bought as we were talking about the other thing.
Time Inc. Time Magazine bought MySpace.
What?
Yes. That's why I had to repeat it.
17 different kinds of incongruous.
Why?
So basically, it's not, because what happened is Time, which owns a lot of data properties for advertising, in addition to its publications, is buying Viant, which owns a lot of data technology and analysis, and so they're going to combine those things together. But Viant owns MySpace, and Time owns magazines, so you also have those two things coming together.
You see, Time isn't a magazine company; they're a technology company.
I mean, they're really a dimension.
But are they based on the new cesium or whatever that cesium was?
How are we going to measure this acquisition?
Well, we could measure it in the Kessel run. That's how we would measure it.
In parsecs.
Yes, in parsecs. I mean, that's how you measure Kessel runs.
Brilliant.
12.
It was 12. Actually, it was less than 12, but maybe that was bragging, and maybe we just got the true number.
ASICS didn't get bought. I could have sworn ASICS got bought.
ASIX?
Yeah, ASIX. I use their chips. They're fantastic. They saw their revenues jump 59% in 2006.
After signing a deal
when they were, well, they signed a deal with Nintendo for the Wii console.
After sales of the Pineapple.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is we diversify. It's in the Nano, but we use a Realtek in the Tetra. So, both of which have awesome FCC IDs, which are in the FCC database, which is really cool.
Congrats.
Thank you. It's just a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
So now we've got to figure out what we're going to do for the official. Now we've soft launched. We've been selling them, but now we've got to figure out how we do the official Pineapple launch. And I'm thinking Big Island. Or there's lots of pineapples there.
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
Oh, wait. Which one's the Pineapple Island then?
None of them.
It's actually called
anymore.
Pineapple Island though, and didn't Jeff Bezos buy it?
If you want to go to a Dole, like a former Dole cannery, they have those on Lahaina, in Maui, and in Honolulu.
Oh, Leani. Lani, is that how you pronounce it?
Lahaina?
It's known as Pineapple Island. Yes. Lanai.
Lanai.
Lanai, sorry,
Yeah.
I can't pronounce anything.
Oh,
it's
well,
Larry.
yeah.
It's Larry Ellison that bought it.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Bezos.
But they don't really grow pineapples on Hawaii anymore.
No, but think of the Oracle farm of servers.
Yeah, no, for many reasons, you should go to Lanai. It's also gorgeous, apparently. I've never been there.
So wait a second. Are you telling me that there's no pineapples in Hawaai?
There
No,
are
they import them.
Well, I know. I sell to them. I'm just asking if they grow there.
They
I
grow
don't.
some places.
Yeah, I think they still grow a few, but the big plantations that Dole used to have are gone.
They
Bummer.
don't grow them as a cash crop anymore because
Ah.
it's cheaper to grow them in Southeast Asia and Central America. Pineapples aren't even indigenous to Hawaii. They were brought there.
Well, Americans aren't even indigenous to North America, except for those that were, and they are. So.
Well, technically, I mean, no one really sprung out of the ground. They traveled from somewhere. You go far back
They
enough.
traveled through time, Roger.
Well, they travel time by traveling through space.
Space and time simultaneously, Roger.
Can't have one without the other.
You can't have one without the other.
Is it?
Yeah, sing it, Ellie.
Tell 'em. You explain space time.
Ellie knows way more about this than any of us.
I really just want to kick off for the rest of the day and watch TNG. Any episode involving time and space.
I've been watching Voyager while I was sick, actually.
Oh, that's a great way to get better.
Yeah.
Get me off of this ship, please.
I love Voyager.
You know, Voyager got. I liked Voyager after the second season, like when the plot started.
One of the best lines about time travel in all of Star Trek comes from Janeway in The Future's End, where
That's
she's
the
like,
last
"Oh,
episode.
I hate time travel. The past becomes the future becomes the past. It just makes my head hurt."
That was the second to last or the last episode?
No, it was like season 3, episode 8.
I like the what? Well, I don't. It's a spoiler, but if you haven't seen it, tough.
Wow. Bold words from Roger.
Yes. If you haven't seen this 15-year-old show,
15 years. It's where she goes back in time to save herself and the crew, and she was like, to the hell with the prime directive. I'm getting you guys home. I love that. When reality smacks idealism in the face with a big 5 across the eye.
I'm actually really looking forward to Brian Fuller's Star Trek. I can't wait to hear, because he has said so many crazy things about what he would like to do that I know when he's actually put to the wall and like, okay, you have to come up with a product that is going to be successful, he's going to come up with something pretty amazing.
I'll tell you what it is.
Wait. You have to backtrack real quick because I've been under a rock. What?
So you did know that CBS is bringing Star Trek back in 2017 as part of CBS All Access. You didn't know that? Okay.
No!
That you should
I'm
know.
under a rock.
So, no, but this has been news for almost a year now.
It's not tech news.
Yeah, I think we talked about it on DTNS.
I missed that episode.
Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, but it's going to be digital streaming. Like they'll air the first episode on CBS, but the rest of the episodes will be on CBS All Access. So you have to stream.
To which Matt said, "What? We need another thing to sign up for?"
And then the news this
Forget
week.
spending $100 a month on cable. Spend $100 a month in aggregate on Hulu, Netflix, CBS, HBO Go.
Okay,
Sorry.
we can have this argument again, but let me get to the other news for Darren.
Yes.
Which is that Brian Fuller, the guy who did Hannibal, used to write for Voyager and Deep Space Nine, and is on board to do the American Gods miniseries, is in fact the guy going to run the new Star Trek episode series.
Where's he going to find the time to do it?
Well, American Gods is just miniseries, so I assume that's why he's able to do it.
I have an idea for the new show, but he won't listen to it, I'm sure. I want to do Star Trek crossover, like Star Trek Privateers, where it's basically pirates. Like you focus pirates within that same universe. And the whole idea, of course, is that because of political reasons and the political costs involved, you know, they have to do these things kind of outside of legal and ethical, you know, normal channels, and they just basically go through and, you know, have a swashbuckling adventure through space.
Just like Captain Kirk.
Yes, but more swash and less buckle. Like none of the really kind of ossified niceties that everyone was. You know, this is the thing that bugged me about Voyager in the initial part for the longest time was like Janeway's insistence on following the Prime Directive. Sorry, following the Prime Directive, and it's like, yeah, I get it, but like you guys are stranded out in some, you know, boonies section of the galaxy.
Right, you're in international waters, as it were.
If we don't keep our principles here, Roger, then what were our principles really?
Well, you know, at the end of the series, she kind of does that anyway. So you know what? In the end, reality what a real politique triumphs over.
Or when the Ferengi have the replicator and are acting like gods, they find a like little loophole that they can crawl through to interfere in that planet's.
The Ferengi don't have the Prime Directive.
Exactly. That was the point that Tuvok made, was if Ferengi, who don't have the Prime Directive, are interfering in this planet's natural development, it's outside of the Federation's control, and therefore we should leave it alone.
I just say the Federation has no legal jurisdiction out that far, so tough.
It's not about... So you're saying you only follow rules if you're made to.
Yeah. You know, 80% of people who follow the rules would probably say that.
Well, yeah. When I go to Europe, I only follow American rules, obviously.
I know. That's why you keep ending up in prison.
Yeah, you know what? It's fun to do.
You have mugshots in 12 different countries.
Well, see, this is why the Prime Directive of banning encryption is just not going to work, because people will just use it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And time travel.
Makes my head hurt. There's coffee in that nebula. Another great Janeway quote. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.